Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
Takes this about 5 yards deep, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
First carry for the former Oklahoma Sooner, Joe Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
There on the tackle. A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with second and a yard. It's Mixon on the counter. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Third and short yardage, Cousins. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Excellent play there on third down. Give him 25 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Joe Mixon will fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Joe Mixon on the carry.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A 4-receiver look here. 3 out to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 8. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Mixon with a first down carry. And he's got room. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And will they call it a touchback? No, it's out at the 1-yard line. They were inches there from blowing a golden scoring opportunity. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Cousins now. He finds his running back, Mixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Joe Mixon with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Saints take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
On the return, the Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
At the 24-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7. This is Breida. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Jones from the gun on third down. Shreds the tackle. And he fires one, but incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
There's the Panthers punter now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the deep, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans. Joe Mixon with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. The CD, I mean, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs. And that one certainly fell into the latter category. Now that deserves a couple exclamation points.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit, because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big play ability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
Will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Breida. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd.
From the 39, Jones. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 37. That one goes for 24 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They run with Breida. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brought down at the 35-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Panthers nothing.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Breida. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd.
Throwing Jones. That'll be complete to Breida. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Right now.
It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Off the play fake, Jones. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Not much there, only a yard.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Now Jones. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone, get you 6?
Their own 25-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 34.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. On first down, Mixon. Past the 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? He was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Odell Beckham, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints now add 6 to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we're usually talking about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10. As opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Breida. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Making the play that time, Thomas Davis from his linebacker spot. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. From the gun, Jones. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun.
Jones. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and long. Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And the Saints pressure gets him. 1 down for a sack. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Sliding out of the pocket. Incomplete. Well, prior to that, he had hit his first 6 passes to start the game, so on a nice little run to begin.
It feels like this offense has carried its dress rehearsal into the game, you know, because you do practice it, you do go through it, and in this case, it is clicking exactly like they drew it up.
Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed, because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
Paris Campbell on the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and the route is on here in this first half. Fielded in the end zone. Getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble, bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
2nd and 6 at the 31-yard line.
Jones in trouble here, and down he goes. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
3rd and 13.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, Jones. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams.
Cousins pass complete to Jamal Williams. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that's going to be intercepted. Jamal Adams with it, the all-pro safety. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Final shot before break. Jones. And his throw here is incomplete. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. Taken in the end zone. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Breida to get the third quarter started. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
On the carry.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's taken down here by the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. From the gun, Jones. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
They'll run on first down. Mixon. Tremaine Edmonds, the Bills' leading tackler in 2019, in on the stop. But keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
On 3rd down, Cousins escaping the pressure right. He's got his tight end, Burton, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
5-yard line.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to Mixon, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
Another try for Mixon. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Third and goal for Cousins. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
For 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
brought down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Jones now to throw on third down. He's going to go deep for Conley. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll try and throw for it here.
Oh, and Jones has just thrown his third interception.
Picked up by Bryce Callahan. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Joe Mixon with his 3rd touchdown and 18th on the year. And the Saints take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded in the end zone.
A good-looking return set up here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handle?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
On the run, it's Mixon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins.
And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. First target, first catch, and a first down. From the gun, a give to Mixon. Look at this spin.
Balance.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
This one into the hands of Burton. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 15-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taking it in from 11 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love that you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
Their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Now a give to Breida, and he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run, the best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. Well, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They run the counter. Mixon. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Saints are pouring it on. Even though they've got this big advantage, Charles, they are not taking their foot off the gas pedal right now.
Well, I think what we're seeing is the result of all their great preparation and great practice time during the week.